Welcome to Weekly Talk. Featuring Danny
and Chris. All right, welcome back to Weekly Talk. This is episode number 35. Yeah, 35, I think. Yep. What are you doing, Danny?
Not a whole lot of anything, Chris.
How's work been going?
I mean, it sucks.
So we just banged out, I think, like 10 reaction videos.
Yeah.
And now we decided that we're going to do the podcast. I did actually have a conversation with Shawn Huffman. I will put that in this podcast. It's about an hour long, though.
Oh.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's about truck driving and shit like that. I don't know. It's really just about nothing. You know, just like our pretty much everything we do on our podcast. But it's not bad. I like it. What are you up to?
Not a whole lot of anything.
Whoa.
I'm gonna make us some breakfast.
What are you going to make us?
Some French toast and some bacon.
Did I tell you what I was able to acquire recently?
You acquire a lot of stuff. You might as well just tell me.
Well, I have recently gotten a hold of G-Eazy Big, which, in result, I am able to trade for what?
For Endless Summer?
Yes. Yes. That makes me happy because I've been trying to acquire that for a while. Ain't really been fucking with Twitter lately. Ain't really been fucking with the people that we fuck with. I feel like we've been kind of...
Socially distancing?
Yeah, I feel
everybody?
like we haven't really been there.
Yeah.
Memorial Day, yeah, it was whatever. I kind of figured it would be kind of like a whatever holiday, to be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling lately?
Kind of like bummed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just wanting to do stuff, but don't really want to go and deal with the people.
No, I agree. I feel like 2020 is pretty much over. It's not even halfway through and it's already over. I don't feel like we're gonna make any plans, which whatever,
Yeah,
cool.
it's fine.
I'm uploading videos as we're recording, so you're gonna have to fill in. You know what's weird?
What?
We have not gotten any phone calls from Brittany.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, is she done fucking with us?
No, I don't think so. She's probably just dealing with her own stuff right now.
Yeah. Brittany, if you hear this, you don't have to leave us a question or anything. Just, let us know that you're cool. So recently, Joe Rogan. Everybody's talking about it.
The whole podcast
$100 million fucking deal.
From going from YouTube to Spotify.
Yep. Ain't that fucking crazy, dude?
It is crazy.
I feel like that deal is more than his overall net worth.
You think?
Yeah, let's see. Joe Rogan, net worth, 2020, $25 million. He's worth $25 million. He just signed a $100 million deal. Now, Joe Rogan was the pioneer of what we know as podcasting. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
He is, what do they call that? Like a globetrotter type of shit. You know what I mean? He
paved the way.
Yeah. I mean, he was the first one doing the YouTube podcast. He was the first. He was. I don't know that he was the first person doing podcasts, but he was the first one to make it big.
Right.
And you cannot hate on his success at all. I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's crazy that's kind of like a big move.
Yeah.
And some people might even say it's kind of like a scary move because you just went from every platform
to one.
And you're going to a platform that not everybody has.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, the money's in his pocket. It's not like
Right.
But I think they acquired everything he's ever done as far as his podcast. I personally want to see the same thing happen to Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
I feel like he is He's kind of there too. He's one of the better podcasters out there.
I can agree with that.
I mean, aside from us. So what's going on? What's going on in the world outside of COVID-19?
Just trying to eat healthier and working out at home. I don't know, trying to get back into a good standing with my body.
Yeah, me too. I actually do feel like I'm starting to lose a pretty fair amount of weight. I did lose, like 4 pounds, 6 pounds
6
somewhere.
pounds, which is
Woohoo!
good.
Yeah, let's keep sticking to it, baby. What do you think about this fucking Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande track?
I listened to it, and it really wasn't that great. I don't know.
It didn't really impress me.
And I really like them both, but I just could not like that song. It wasn't that good. I mean, I'm probably gonna get hate for that, but
I am a big Ariana Grande fan.
yeah.
And I don't mind Lady Gaga, but I'm with you, dude. That
Just wasn't feeling it.
Nah, not really. So, yeah, that's pretty much where that is. Dow futures surged nearly 500 points on hopes of a corona vaccine.
Yeah, I saw that. What Novavax is like rolling out vaccines for first human trials, is what I think it was saying. Which, I mean, we'll see how it does, but it's still far
don't
away.
fucking, what is that? Don't hatch your eggs before they lay or something like that.
I've never heard that, but
Or don't count your eggs before they hatch.
don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Right?
Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of sayings I don't know.
How do you feel about G-Eazy's new project?
I'm actually excited. I knew you didn't want to like it at first, but I think it's growing on you.
Oh, no, yeah, it's definitely grown on me. I just, I've been waiting for these things happen, too, for
I know. Well,
probably as long as every other G-Eazy fan, and it's just like...
How does it feel?
Yeah, at first that pissed me off, I'm not going to lie. Overall, though, I'm very happy with him exploring new options. I think this could go on to be pretty, I think this could be a pretty big deal.
I still want to hear him rapping. That's not ever going to change, but I like what he's doing.
So, how long before we get these things happen, too?
He said it's coming around the corner.
That's some bullshit, though. What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. It could be a number of things.
So, I showed Danny a rapper by the name of Token tonight.
Yeah.
She fucking hated him.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of misogynistic pricks.
Yeah, he's definitely a misogynistic douche.
Yeah. He's
And
the
you can
type of
definitely-
person
he just-
that thinks women can't do anything.
He is very into himself. I was like, bro, you're not. So Kevin, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand why, you like him so much.
Unless you don't like women, but that's probably a lie.
You know what? We're actually gonna have to pause real quick, Danny.
Okay.
I have to go through and label all of these videos, and to do that, I have to hear them.
Oh. Okay.
And unfortunately, we can't do that.
All right.
You ever wonder why Chris D'Elia can? Why is Chris D'Elia able to play so much music, and we can't?
I don't know. Because he's Chris D'Elia.
All right, what am I going to title this Tory Lane's 10 fucks? This dude likes the lovemaking music? God damn, man. Dude told us to check out a few songs by Tory Lanez, and we did. And 2 of the 3 were just straight love jams, and it's really hard to react to love jam.
Because, I mean, you kind of already know what he wants to do. I mean, I really don't want to spell it out.
F you seek Amy. I acquired a new 21 Pilots CD.
You
Vessel.
did?
Yep.
Without even... I know you showed it to me, and I kind of ignored you.
Yes,
and
you
then
did.
You bought it anyways.
Yep, you know how I figured it out? Even though he blocked me on Macari, he does not have me blocked on the Twitter, or on the eBay.
Oh, that's where you bought it?
Yeah. Hey, look what this guy's. Look what Revelo sent me. He said he's at work.
He's farming.
He's a farming. Yeah. Oliver the farmer. He actually did hook us up with early access to his new EP. Does not drop until July 16th. But we're allowed to listen to it, which I thought was kind of cool.
It is cool.
We're not allowed to, obviously.
But he trusts us not to upload it
we're not allowed
he
to,
upload. Yeah, we would never. That would be the most rudest thing.
How dope is it that we've got a relationship that,
they trust us enough to let us listen?
We're going to grow with this rapper as he grows with our reactions. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's kind of dope. All right, so let's go ahead and pause it real quick, and then we'll go ahead and label these videos. Okay. Hopefully all you guys listening, if any of you are listening, I really don't even know. I don't even know who we do the podcast for anymore, but I know we still do it just to do it. So if you're listening, go watch our reaction videos. Peace. Well, not peace. Pause. Man, I can't believe it took us fucking 9 hours to fucking label those fucking videos.
Okay.
Now I'm just fucking with you guys. Well, that's what we did. We just relabeled the videos, and guess what?
What?
Danny and I have to stay up for another 4 fucking hours.
That's all right.
You know why?
Why? Because
for 2 weeks now, I've been telling Eddie that I was going to send him and I made a trade, okay? And I'm getting the Alpha Omega, I'm getting the MGK Alt Press poster in return for, something that I'm sending him. I'm also getting a Lace Up mixtape, and I'm also getting a Dub O mixtape. But in order to do these, I have to fucking make it to a fucking post office. You know how hard it is to go to a post office when you fucking work midnights?
It can be hard.
Especially because my job has now put us on this fucking mandatory Monday through fucking Friday shit. Which is really starting to piss me off. Yeah, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. You tell me what the fuck kind of life I got to work with. God, it's so annoying. Overall, though, it is what it is. I'm happy to be working, happy to be alive, so I can't really bitch too much. How's everybody been? Yep. We're talking to you guys. Good. Hopefully everybody's been good. Danny and I did something today. We went and... Well, I ordered it a couple weeks ago, but we actually, for the first time ever, got her father his own internet. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, it wasn't easy to teach him. And I don't know. So we got him a Roku as well, but we didn't buy him a Roku. We gave him our old one, and it was so fucking shitty. Mm-hmm. So we are actually going to buy him a new Roku. But I don't know that he understands that the Roku is much better than his fucking Air TV, which is an antenna.
Right.
Because this dude was, adamant about, getting back to, how do I get back to my Air TV? I'm like, dude, what the fuck do you want Air TV for? You got everything on Netflix. You got everything on Hulu. You got Disney Plus, all this shit at your disposal, and you want Channel 27? What the fuck? But no, you can definitely tell he was very happy to have internet. How long do you think before he breaks our rules and gives one of his neighbors the password?
I don't think he's cheap. He won't give it to them.
Yeah, he better not. No. So yeah, we got him internet, set up his account to be auto pay from our account, and then we'll never fucking pay attention to it again. Mm-hmm. So there's that. We got to pay our garbage bill. Just going through the bills we got to tell you guys about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did mow my yard recently, so we are good for another weekend. You know what I was thinking?
What?
How can people be expected to work 12-hour days and maintain everything they got to maintain outside of work?
Oh, I don't know.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Brooklyn boys. What do you think about them?
They're okay.
What?
You know how I am.
You crazy.
I think we're better. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, we are. We just didn't have a bigger platform to start off with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to talk shit, but let's be real. Whenever you fall under the umbrella they fall under, it's a lot easier to get attention.
Right.
No hate though, because
we like them.
We fucked with them pretty hard. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. She brought it up.
I did. That's my bad.
I nailed in the coffin. So I couldn't agree with you. Oh man, what did you think about fucking 21 Pilots on Jimmy Fallon?
That was actually a really good show they put on.
Yeah, that fucking trumpet or whatever. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah, and Ned, dude, what
Ned
the fuck?
playing the guitar. Wasn't he playing the guitar?
Yeah, he was shredding, man. Shredding Nedden.
Shredding Ned.
Yeah, if anybody knows what we're talking about, cool. If you don't, cool. Whatever. You got anything that you want to discuss on the podcast?
Well, let's see. Well, MGK, we found out that the mystery foot was no other than Megan Fox.
Woo.
Which, yeah, I mean, cool. I don't know what that means, but cool.
It really wasn't that amazing, to be honest with you. Man.
What?
Man, I had a small ass paycheck.
You better not have. You've been working a lot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that I split it between savings and our... Alright, cool.
I was gonna yell at you and say, you've been bitching all this time you've been working.
Go take a look.
And your paycheck ain't been showing it. Oh.
Yeah. How much in there and how much in there?
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like that?
I forgot, like, you split it.
Yeah, so we're trying this thing to where we figured out our bills every month, and we figured out what needs to be what needs to go straight to bills and what can be saved. So the numbers don't matter because it's our life, but we put what needs to go to the bills straight into the checking account, and then the remainder goes into the savings account, which this week, I'm very happy to say, both of them were pretty much the same number.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
No, it's good.
We're not balling, but we ain't broken.
We ain't broken, y'all.
Man, I'm so hungry, dude. I could definitely eat that French toast right now.
Well, you gotta wait until after the podcast.
Bro, I said we recorded a whole hour episode. Or a whole hour conversation, man. Let's just fucking throw in some filler. Hey, we love you guys. Go listen to this phone call. Peace. Just fuck with you. There's really not much I have to share, though, for real.
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It won't be out for a while. But there are some people trying to, what's that word? Petition. They're trying to petition the soundtrack, saying that certain songs weren't even thought of. And they shouldn't they shouldn't make it to the soundtrack. How do you feel about it? Like, do you think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater should try to stick true to the original, or is it a remake because... Like, does it really matter?
I don't think it matters.
I mean everybody really knows that Trap's Headstrong is like the hype me up song of the 2000s. But because it wasn't made at the same time Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, you don't want it on there?
Yeah, big deal.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. That is the dumbest
reason. I thought it was very just fucking dumb. Man, I forgot to upload this Tory Lanez one, huh? 10 fucks. What'd you think? It's a baby making jam.
Yeah.
It's a baby maker. That's what I'm putting in the title. It's a baby maker. Hit that subscribe button now, y'all. We're actually up to 800 subscribers.
Which is great.
We've learned that we're definitely growing more and more subscribers because of the reactions, which, no, I mean, I'm not upset.
I'm not hating it. I still don't mind doing the podcast every now and then.
I like the podcast, but only, like, because, it lets us fucking talk shit. There was a time that I was starting to hate the podcast. Yeah. I was starting to hate it because I felt like we were boxed into this, like, pro MGK fucking blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that we're not pro MGK. It is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and upload Tory Lanez Penthouse Red, which is another baby maker jam. White couple reacts.
Yeah.
No, I would never. I don't think we can play our race. But I do see some people are like, oh, vocal coach reacts. Nobody gives a fuck. We should write a piece of shit husband and nurse wife reacts.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Alright. I got into an argument with some fucking douchebag on Twitter over the past week. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do remember this. You dragged me into it.
This dude was such a fucking chotch, man. Like, he's like, oh, you and your failed YouTube channel. First off, 800 subscribers in roughly 8 months. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't a job. This is a hobby. So I'm not upset. But he called you. He said my wife had a weird nose.
Yeah, which I thought was weird.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
what the fuck does that even mean?
out of all the insults you could have given me, you said my nose is weird. I mean, cool. You made me go cry. I don't know.
Yeah. This dude was a fucking, and he was ugly. First off,
I mean, I don't even care.
When you're hit as fuck, you can't talk about other people. That's like the pot calling the kettle black.
I don't know, but it is what it is. Chris decided to get us involved.
Well,
in
all right.
Twitter.
So the fucking douche, he made some post about how, you ain't a big enough, you ain't a real fan, blah blah blah. You ain't a real fan unless you have a retweet from 7 years ago when you were buying Lace Up. And to me, nothing about the post seemed sarcastic. And to a couple other people, nothing about the post seemed sarcastic. So I just retweeted it and said, oh, look, we got a gatekeeper. Fuck him. Mm-hmm. And he got, like, terribly offended. Like, super, you don't know sarcasm? Well, first off, buddy, whenever you're speaking over the computer, you can't show any kind of emotion through text. There's no way to convey that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to be sarcastic, maybe you should write it out. Oh, hey, this is a joke. And it really wasn't a good joke. And clearly you don't know how to... I am that sarcastic asshole, and I know how to do it very well. You're just a fucking dummy. So, yeah, there was that. His name was like... What was his name? Like Crispy Peanut, Crispy Tart or some shit like that. He was stupid as fuck. Then he dragged in a couple of his fucking fuckboy buddies who, I mean... The one claimed to be a fucking full-time troll, but he could not come up with an insult for fucking anything. If he had to fucking come up with an insult or choose dying, he would probably had to pick death because he sucked at insulting. Oh. So yeah, that was that. That was the highlight of my week, arguing with a bunch of fuckboys that I've never met.
Yeah.
And mowing my yard. That was kind of cool. I called off to mow my yard.
Yeah. As I'm working, but okay.
Keep in mind, it was my 6th day that I called off.
Yeah, but you could have called off today.
6 days straight is what I decided to call off, the 6/12.
You could have called off today.
I could still call off today. You act like I can't.
You're not allowed.
Dude, when the fuck are we getting these things happen too?
It's common.
Every time I fucking open up my mail and I see anything about G-Eazy, nothing against it. I'm excited for Everything Strange.
And I bought us a present.
Yes, you did.
Because I thought it was a good idea.
Man, we just be buying presents all the time, to be real with you.
No, I don't buy myself presents all the time.
I got a super dope
How
gift.
mad would you have been?
Oh, my God.
What?
What are you talking about? Your watch?
No.
Oh.
How mad would you have been if I only bought me a hoodie?
I don't think I would have been upset.
No?
No.
Not at all.
No. I mean, but let's be real. Every time I buy us clothing, I buy us.
Yeah. Well, I think... Me buying shit for myself all the time, I mean, it should be makeup for all the stuff you buy.
That's fine. And I've already told you that.
You buy yourself presents every day.
I've told her this plenty of times. Nobody's stopping her from buying shit except for her.
Other than my bank account saying, hey,
okay.
Chris spent...
Well, you just took a look at it, so I think you'll be all right.
Chris spent all this money. You better keep it.
Better keep it to a certain number or the old lady trips. Tripping. If you ain't tripping... Man, I want some goddamn French toast, dude. I'm so hungry.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. I'll take it. Well, let's talk about something.
What?
Let's talk about how badass is my motherfucking record player.
I mean, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is. It's really dope. As you guys can tell, we actually really didn't have much to talk about this week.
No, it's the same stuff.
It is. It
like
really
you
is.
Work, you go home, sit at home. Don't go out because
got the corona
pandemic.
Oh well,
and there's nothing to do.
We won't go out because of the pandemic.
We go to the store to get like groceries and stuff, but
no, let's be real, man.
It's
straight ignorant the way some people
are. And who wants to hang out with a bunch of people that has potential have the coronavirus and like coughing and sneeze? Well, not really sneezing. It's like coughing all over you and. Just being ignorant.
Certainly not me.
No.
Certainly not me. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, as much as we'd like to give you more than the coronavirus, that's really all that there is, dude.
I can't wait until 2022.
Yeah, that's not even like a stretch. That's probably legit.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we're saving money
Yeah.
for the most part. Uh, and we're eating better.
Yeah, we're
We
eating
don't eat
better.
out every
No,
day.
hell no, because I don't trust half the freaking food. Because who knows the people prepare it, like what they're doing.
I will say, I've gotten into the unhealthy habit of buying suck candy.
Yeah, which isn't helping you.
Like, dude, maybe I lost 6 pounds.
Yeah, but you're gonna gain it all back on suck candy.
I probably, I don't know. I don't even know why. It's not like I haven't smoked cigarettes for 2 fucking years. What the fuck? It's weird. So if anybody is interested, which I hope you guys all are, I do have a very awesome conversation with my buddy Shawn, and we're going to put that in here right now. All right. So it is goodbye from me and Danny, and go ahead and enjoy the conversation with Shawn. That we talked. Oh, well, he's a truck driver, so we talked about life during the coronavirus as a truck driver. Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great. Cool. And the end of that will be, just the end. There's no outro. So see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace. Well, Danny is at work tonight, so I've decided that I was going to go ahead and call somebody that I've talked about having on the show before and, just have a fucking conversation and see where it goes. So, without further ado, I'm going to make this phone call. So, as I was editing and, listening back and whatnot, I had noticed that we say without further ado a fuck ton. And I don't even know why. So, without further ado, here's the rest of the conversation. Or, well, here's the beginning, I guess, is, the beginning of the phone call with my man, who you haven't heard his name yet because so here's the phone call. Gonna have to turn that down.
Hey, Lou.
What's up?
Not much, man. How you been?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Go ahead and introduce yourself, because I didn't tell them that.
Gotcha. Well, my name is Shawn Huffman. Haven't been on the show before, but I've sent a couple emails, some voice messages from time to time.
Yeah. We actually we communicate quite often, pretty much about anything, no specific subjects. And tonight, I hit him up and said, hey, man, you want to come on the podcast? So that's where we are.
Absolutely. Been waiting for it for a while, actually.
Yeah, I know. Actually, so before I called you, I said, I'm going to call somebody we've talked about having on, but never have.
Yeah, it's just been hard to get our schedules coordinated because usually you want to be on the show? I've been driving for 14 hours. I'm going to bed.
Right. So that makes it clear that he is a truck driver.
Yeah, I guess I could have put that in my little bio.
How long you been home for?
I just got home today, actually. Probably about 4 p.m. I got home today.
So
I don't got to go out until Tuesday.
Where all do you travel to?
I do regional dedicated, so basically anything across 80 Great Lakes area, everything from up in Wisconsin across over to New York, New Jersey.
How is everything with the coronavirus?
Yeah, it's weird. There are days where I get up, I got 300 gallons of fuel, I ain't got to stop. I have 2 days to my stop and got food in the truck and I had to go, and it doesn't feel like anything's different, but then you get to some of these places, everywhere's closed. The only thing open right now is Taco Bell and Burger King, and my digestive system hates me. The only nice thing is, because I run a 94 and 294 up through Chicago. Anybody from that area, why move? God, your roads are insane. But with everybody staying home, it was nice.
So I listen to the Elvis Duran show a lot, right? And they got a lot of podcasts and shit. And they get phone calls. And there was a truck driver on there who he was talking about how now you guys seem like you're actually appreciated as to like prior. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will admit I've gotten the middle finger a whole lot less since everybody realized that we've got all the toilet paper, which has been nice. There's kind of two minds about it. I know I've seen some nurses talk about it too, where everybody's talking about, oh, everybody's heroes, and we appreciate it. We absolutely do. Our main concern is just once this is over, these frontline workers, medical professionals, people working dead-end jobs at 7-Eleven, truck drivers, are they still your heroes once everything goes back to normal? So it's kind of been up and down about it, but there have been some great people. I pulled into random truck stops and had a older lady flag me down and pulled over and handed me a goodie bag full of treats, and she, thank you so much for everything you guys do. And it's like, you're welcome. I'm going to go park over here now. But So, I mean, there have been a lot of really good people out there helping out truck drivers because it has been hard with a lot of the food places shut down, with parking closed off to us, restrooms closed off. That's been really annoying. Most places that we go to now don't allow us out the facilities inside the warehouses, understandably.
No, yeah, actually, we don't let our truck drivers in the warehouse either.
Yeah, do you guys at least put up a porta potty? We hate them, but
well, I mean, I guess we do let them. We do let them use our restrooms. We just don't let them roam, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I understand not in the docks and stuff, but at least let us use the bathroom. We live on coffee, and I've been driving for 8 hours.
Man, I'll tell you what. Actually, at work the other night, I noticed that there was like a fucking 2-gallon bottle filled with piss in our fucking driveway or our parking lot. So like, oh wow, cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a staple of the trucking industry. You get a lot of people that don't know how to dispose of it properly. I mean, I'll admit I've done it. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Put it in a trash bag, go through a TA, throw it away properly.
I got a question. All right, so I actually load 50-foot or 53-foot trailers all night, right?
Yep.
With everything going on, we don't have as many workers as we did, and we have a lot more like volume trying to go out. Except we're not getting it done in a timely manner. So our truck drivers, they have an estimated time to pick up at like, we'll say 1300, and they get there and they have to wait until, we'll say like 4 a.m. How pissed does that make you guys?
It depends on the driver and it depends on the company. Like me, if I get there at 1300 and that's my appointment time, it's a hard line appointment time, not a window. At 1400, I start making $25 an hour to sit there.
Right, yeah, detention fee.
My company bills you guys, doesn't matter to me. I'll make more money rolling miles, mind you, but at least with my company, I get a guaranteed minimum. I get paid $12.50 an hour from the time I start on Monday to the time I stop on Saturday, the full 24 hours, about $300 a day. If I don't get the miles, it ain't the end of the world.
No shit.
You have some companies. Oh yeah, I lucked out with a very good company.
Now, are you at like an actual company, or like do brokers call you up and say, hey, do you want to take this load? Or
no, my company works for the brokers. It's a small company up out of Wisconsin. I think he's got 50-ish trucks. So I mean, real great place. I mean, I got the owner of the company on my contact list, and if I got a problem, call him up. He's called me before just to say, hey, I know you're supposed to be home this weekend, and we couldn't get you there, and I'm very sorry about that. So, no, it's the industry. I get it. It's cool. He goes, no, it's not cool. You were told you're going to be home on the weekend, so we're going to make sure you get home and get your time off.
Shit, I wish my fucking...
You care is all that matters.
Yeah, I wish our warehouse manager would take that fucking lesson, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. I mean, but now back to your question as far as the drivers, it depends on their personality. I mean, I also know because I'll get my dispatcher call me like, hey, you were supposed to be out of there an hour ago. I'm like, yeah, no, they're behind. Well, you need to go in there and ask them what's going on. No, because they're going to get pissed off at me and slow down.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
We'll call them. And I'm like, you do that. I go inside and like, my company's calling. I didn't say anything. I understand you guys are busy. It's cool. Please don't take it out on me.
Man, I'll be real. If I have... Well, all right, so when you walk in as a trucker in our building, you see a big sign that says tandems slid to the back, right? And it's because what we use these like stand-ups instead of actual forklifts, and they're so fucking heavy that when I roll in there, man, if it's not in the back, you know what the fuck's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Because I worked up over in Streetsboro. The Best Buy's got a DDC. I was a yard switcher, and that was standard signs everywhere. Slide tandems before you drop your trailers. And we've had a couple of them where they've got time, they're like 60-some picks an hour or something like that. They're flying in and out, and they hit that, and the tandems were slid to the front, bounced, punched like a 6-foot gash down the siding.
Yeah, I can see that.
So anywhere I go, I ask them, even if there's no sign, hey, do you guys want these tandems slid? Do you care?
See, like that's just my. I wish you would just ask at least if you weren't gonna pay attention to the sign. But whenever they get pissed, when I tell them, I'm like, dude, either you slide it back or I'm not loading you. They'll get pissed and, just throw, this little bitch fit, even though it's only like 3 minutes. I get that it's like an inconvenience, but it's a 3-minute inconvenience.
Yeah, I mean, I've run some trailers where they're like, hey, you need to slide your tandems. Like, I am so sorry, I can't. I mean, you can come out and see.
Oh, no, I get it. Yeah, there are some trailers that just stuck.
But there's, we get these people that are just lazy about it. It's like, it's for the safety of the drivers. At least, I've been to some places where they actually have you drop the trailer and pull out a couple feet. And I've been out there cranking down and unhooking, and these other drivers are, this is fucking bullshit. I don't understand why. Like, have you ever seen what happens if a driver pulls off a trailer when there's somebody loading? It's not pretty. I've seen it.
That's actually happened at our place. not recently, but it's actually happened. But like I was saying, like whenever when they get pissy or they start out like, hey, what's taking so long? Dude, I become a douche because our place is we go by appointment time. So let's say you did get there and you had to wait, but somebody got there after you and he wouldn't be first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they have to wait and then they get pissy. So I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna make it last another 2 hours if you want to be a douche.
Exactly. Like I don't understand people's thought process. It's like you don't piss off the fast food workers and you don't piss off the people loading your truck. Like
those are your best friends. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah.
So actually, at my job, whenever when I'm going to release a truck, sometimes the lock gets stuck, and I have to ask them to back up. How often does that happen?
Yep. A lot of it depends on if the brakes on the trailer, how they're working, and how hard you guys are coming in. Because sometimes that'll slide it forward. Do you guys have to put the chocks underneath the tires?
Only if I can't get the lock to engage.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you're going balls to the walls in there, you're going to transfer a lot of that forward.
I am too, dude. I'm going
a little bit.
I mean, you're talking maybe a 3,600 pound vehicle plus 3,000 pounds that I'm carrying. So.
Oh yeah. But I tell you what, I wish I could get my bed to do that, because if I'm getting loaded and that truck's swaying, oh man, I'm out like a baby.
Oh no shit.
Oh yeah, it's great.
What do you normally drive? Do you drive a reefer or just a regular?
I drive reefer. Usually coming out of Wisconsin, carrying cheese or some kind of meat product, which it's Wisconsin. The only other thing that comes out of there is beer. And then going back, it's basically whatever they can find for brokers. I've hauled batteries. I've hauled bricks in the reefer. But, yeah,
I personally hate the refrigerators because, they're not as wide, and sometimes we have these wide fucking pallets, man, and when you can't fit two beside each other, you're kind of fucked.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few cases of that, or they're not expecting that it is a reefer, or because I've worked with a broker before, and they actually, a lot of the good ones, they want all the dimensions, your internal and your external dimensions, even where you're keeping like your kingpin, where the trailer hooks to the truck, how far you have that slid, because there are actually places where, depending on the size of your truck, you can't swing into there.
Oh, no shit.
So yeah, if you get a good broker, they're supposed to see, because they're supposed to know the dimensions of the product. So if you go, yeah, I've got a reefer trailer, they should go, there's no way you're going to be able to haul this, or you're only going to be able to haul half as much, because we're going to have to run singles straight down the middle. We
actually have done that. We've ran singles, but for the most part, we get everything to fit. Our management style is get creative. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about how shitty it is to actually load it.
Oh yeah, I've worked a few of those. Worked over to Toys R Us, and you open up one of those trailers because they just have all these tiny little boxes. And you open it up and step back because it just flows out, because they're not in like palletized. They're just
no shit.
Tetris style. Yeah, well,
fuck that,
dude. Around anymore, but yeah, back then, it was a pain.
That makes me think of like a UPS or some shit. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, well that, or another thing with as far as like some drivers getting mad with loaders, which you guys do. It's linoleum, right?
Yeah, rubber, linoleum, and actually, no, probably not linoleum. I don't know what linoleum is. Rubber and vinyl.
Vinyl, that's what it was. Well, so you guys probably don't deal with it quite as much, but I know, like, I get these large stacks of, like, heavy stuff, like frozen, like, meats and stuff like that, and they don't stack it, they don't put the pallets in right, and I get there, and these things are just willy-nilly teeter-tottered all over the place, and they're like, well, we're refusing this load. I'm like, okay, well, why did you do that?
Oh yeah, we actually
put a 6-foot tall thing in the middle with no support on the sides. I took a turn.
Yeah, no, we actually we wrap everything. We palletize it, wrap it real nice, and then in order to protect our ass, like a cover your ass situation, we take pictures of the load as it sits on the dock, and then we take pictures of the load halfway through, and then pictures of it finished. Yep. But more often than not, we don't leave. Our trucks are so full that if you make a hard right, it's just gonna lean into another pallet. You know what? We don't ever have dead space in our trailers.
Oh, see, that would be lovely.
But, all right, so that actually, here's a good question about that then.
Mhm.
What is your capacity? Let's say I know certainly that I've loaded at least 50,000 pounds a couple of times and I did not feel comfortable about it.
I know, like with mine, because I got the reefer, it's a little bit heavier. At half a tank of diesel, which you have to calculate that because diesel's heavy. Half a tank of diesel, completely empty. I weigh 35,000 pounds, and a little bit of change. So we have an 80,000 pound maximum. So I can get 45 technically, depending on how it's loaded and balanced. A non-reefer trailer, I'm not entirely sure, but around 50 maybe. I wouldn't feel too comfortable hauling it myself.
Oh, it's sketchy fucking loading it, man. You know how much, like, because we have 12-foot pallets, we have 6-foot pallets, and we have, we sometimes have 9-foot, but that's rare. But we do 4, 6, and 12. Whenever, your guy in the office, what the fuck do they call it? He's the guy who just sets up the fucking loads. He makes sure that we have all the orders, you know what I mean? The palletizing. Yeah, the guy palletizing.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't actually look at
No.
the cubage and stuff.
Well, so they have like a computer program where if let's say the pallet's 4 feet, all right, and his computer program will say, all right, he can fit 24 4-foot pallets in that, all right? Cool. Yeah. That's not always the fucking case because sometimes those pallets might be a little wider, or maybe whoever was throwing the product realized, oh shit, there's a bunch of 6-foot shit on here, so now I have, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
So they don't see the product as it goes out. They just see like a computer screen that says this should fit. It doesn't. There's nothing that says that it will, and there's nothing that says how to make it fit. So we have to get creative as fuck, man. We're double stacking the fuck out of shit in there.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do as long as they got the load bars or straps or whatever they need to work with it. I mean,
let's say I overload you and you drive somewhere, and let's say you get stopped. What happens?
Yep. With that heavy load?
Yeah.
Best case scenario, that you get scolded. Worst case scenario, they decide to go ahead and do a level 3 on you, which means that they go and they check your logs. That's when they pull you into this big, almost looks like an airplane hangar, and they go through every inch. If they're in a bad mood, they'll go over every inch, and they will find stuff. And every infraction is its own ticket, basically.
All right.
So you pull across a scale house heavy, you're getting inspected.
So is it your responsibility to not take the heavy load?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it my responsibility to not load it?
Nope. Technically, I don't know if your company's standard or what their policy is, but the second the driver takes his BOL, it's all on.
Oh yeah. Once you get that bill of lading, it's on you.
Because I've done that before. I was down in California. If any of you listeners are from California, I'm sorry, but I hate your state, at least for driving trucks. Your state hates semis. The entire state is a 55-mile-an-hour zone for semis. The tandems have to be at the 51-foot mark, period.
Why?
It's California. The heck if I know.
So it has no, purpose?
Maybe it's a fuel efficiency thing. I know you have to have the underskirting. The kingpin has to be at a certain point. It's a headache.
All right.
But because that tandem has to be there, you can't, use that teeter-totter action to slide. So I pull in, and they had an on-house scale, and I'm heavy. And I told them, I said, what am I supposed to do? I'm heavy on one of my axles. I said, so I can either get a ticket for being heavy on one axle, or I can slide the tandems, and get a ticket for that. What do I do?
So it's like a catch-22. It doesn't matter. Which one's cheaper?
Nope. Because coming out of California and into California, right at the border there, literally you pull up, there's a scale house, you pull out, you go 1,000 feet, and there's a border patrol, and then you pull out, and then you get into California, and 1,000 feet, there's a scale house. No, I ain't touching this load.
Is it possible to to make it somewhere and then be sent, like, turned back around? You know what I mean? Like, be forced to go get it, like, reloaded or something? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, because say it's within the weight or it's close. I'm not too sure about it. I don't know where to put, to slide my axle to, balance out the weight. I'll drive down the road to a scale house, or not a scale house, to one of the places with one of the cat scales.
Okay.
And that's how you find out, because it tells you per your 3 axles. Because you can have 12, 34, 34 from front to back on each axle to get your 80,000. So you scale it out. And then if that's the case where, like, oh, there's absolutely physically no way to get this right, I'm over gross, I'm over the 80,000 pounds, yeah, you have to turn around and go back or take the risk and run it.
Now, what happens, like, does your company charge my company because you turned around?
Yeah.
No shit. All right.
Yep. Because we told you we can take this weight, you put an extra weight, you're messing with me, because I don't get paid to sit there. I mean, I do, kinda, but it's kind of.
So what with ours, like,
don't be bad pay.
Our detention fees start after like 2 hours after or maybe like 12 hours or something like that.
Most companies it's 2 hours.
All right, yeah, 2 hours, and I think it's only $50 every 2 hours, but that actually adds up, if you got 5 trucks with fucking 8 hours of detention fees.
Oh, that's it. You think that's bad? I saw the detention fees that Werner charges to Best Buy. The drivers after 2 hours get paid $20 an hour to sit there. They charge at the time they were. I don't know if it's true, and for legal reasons, I don't know if maybe I misunderstood. The best of my knowledge, they were charging Best Buy $120 an hour and paying the drivers $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of a ripoff, man, especially because, like, all right, so we're super far in the hole with coronavirus, and then you throw on, you got a holiday coming up, so you know how shitty that would be to be a truck driver, sitting in somebody's fucking parking lot on Memorial Day for fucking, 18 hours?
Oh, yeah.
You better compensate me. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least with my company, because there have been weeks where I've been just balls to the walls, just insane. And there are other weeks where they're having trouble finding loads. But my company gets me home if physically possible, because I actually had a random load that went down to Louisiana, and they called me, do you want this? Absolutely. I want Boudin. I'm going to Louisiana. Couldn't find me a load up. They deadheaded me from Louisiana to Ohio. They made no money on that. I probably burnt the better part of $500 worth of fuel. They're getting me home.
So what is deadhead? Like no profit, or what's that mean?
Deadhead means you're traveling from one place to another place, not under a load.
Oh.
So the company's not getting paid for that. So
I got a question.
Companies want to avoid that.
Kind of about the rules or the laws again, all right? I've always been told, and I don't know how true this is, so you can confirm or deny. Let's say you have one of your lights on your trailer out. I heard you get fined.
Specific lights.
All right.
If you've got one of those fancy trailers, again, I have heard that if you have those bunch of lights, one out, you're still getting a ticket. I've never dealt with it. I know there are very specific marker lights down the sides, in the back, and up on the tops that if one of those is out, yeah, you're in trouble. As far as the extra lights, I'm actually not sure on that.
So, all right, a lot of people, when they talk about truck drivers, they I don't know if it's embellishment, I don't know what it is, but the thing I've also heard with that is that the fine on it could be upwards of 10 grand. Is that something that sounds possible?
For a single infraction, no. But the thing is, though, is I live in Ohio. If I'm out in Arizona and I get a ticket, I'm not going to go back to Arizona court to fight that. I'm just going to pay the fine. They love truck drivers.
All right.
Typically, a truck fine is so much more expensive. But if they get you for one thing, that's where I said when they go through one of those, like one of the level 2s or level 3s, where they start checking everything, and they can pick up every little tiny thing. Your air hose is not 18 inches off the ground. Your tread depth isn't right. Your pressure is down 1 psi.
God damn. So this is like a science, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's everything from your where your hoses are to your rivets to the reflective DOT tape, the red and white reflective tape. Yeah, they if they want to ruin your day, they will ruin your day.
How often?
That's why.
How
Mhm.
often when you're driving down a road, and this is completely not to do with the laws or anything, but how often do you see like a little kid doing that like choo choo thing? And how
Not
often
enough.
do you
Not
reciprocate?
enough. Oh, always.
Always?
It's actually, it's actually a thing where we'll brag about it.
I feel
It's
like,
so
yeah, I'm
rare
with you. I don't
nowadays.
think I
It
see it
makes
a
our
lot
day.
anymore. I don't think kids even know what that means half the time.
Oh no, most of them got their heads in a tablet. It's people our age that do it, and they're hooting and hollering out the window and so happy that I did it. But oh yeah, you'll hear truck drivers talking about it at the truck stops, bragging like, "Oh yeah, a kid did that, and I got to honk the horn." Yeah, we like it better than y'all do.
Fuck yeah, all
So
right, all right.
anybody listening, do it. We love it.
Uh, More on the laws, like, or not even laws, just on what you've seen. Have you ever seen like a major like drug bust or anything like that?
Drug busts, no. I mean, I've heard you hear stories all the time. Of course, I have seen cops roll up after a truck driver invited a nice young lady who was definitely too beautiful to
Oh,
truly be a lady of the night.
lot lizard.
But they're actually not as common. I've actually only, I think, seen two of them
Really?
in my couple years. Well, because I park at
Were they pretty?
bright lit. The one wasn't bad. The other one, I don't really know. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. I just pulled in maybe an hour and a half ago. Bangs on the door, roll down the window. I'm like, yeah. She goes, hey, how about a blowjob? No, thank you.
How much at
No,
least?
thank
How
you. I
much was
stopped
it?
giving those out at midnight.
Oh, I
Roll up the
stopped
window.
giving them out at midnight. Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, no, she was nah.
Are you allowed to smoke in your trailer? Or your cab, not your trailer?
I don't know. It's never really come up with the company. I mean, I vape. Like I said, I'm trying to get off the cigarettes. But
How long you been
truck drivers
trying?
too.
How long you been trying to get off the cigarettes?
I really don't want to get into that because it's a long time.
Have you fucked with
It hasn't gone well.
Have you fucked with the nicotine patches?
Not really. I mean, my thing really isn't so much of the nicotine because I can drop down like to zero nicotine and I'm fine.
It's the habit.
I mean,
it's the like
it's something to do
occupying my mind.
while I'm
Yeah.
driving. Exactly. That's all it is.
So what would you say is your favorite out of everywhere you've been? What is your favorite truck stop?
Ooh. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
They tend to be rather samey.
What about up here, Old Country Cupboard? You like that place?
I don't think I've been there.
The one on Route 5?
Wait. Oh.
Marathon or whatever?
Yeah, no, not the Marathon. The one over right over past Duke and Duchess and Center of the World.
Yeah, that one. I'm not talking
that's
about. I'm
actually-
not talking about the one by the turnpike. I'm talking about the one with the restaurant on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. I just thought we've just always called it the truck stop.
Yeah. What do you what do you think of it? How would you rate it on a 1 to 10 compared to the rest?
Well, that's where my truck's currently sitting. The parking lot, definitely a -5.
Fuck yeah, dude. Even for cars, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, it's God. Thank God I've got so many friggin' shocks and springs and air ride seats and stuff. But half time when I'm driving through there, I just hold the steering wheel with one hand and hold the other hand up in the air, see if I can hang on for 8 seconds.
Yeah. No, I one of my closer buddies. He's the mechanic there. Well, a mechanic there, not the, but a.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the cleanliness and the inside and the truckers' lounge and shit like that?
I don't really use it because if I'm there, I'm going.
Right.
I'm waiting for my wife to come get me. But I mean, from an objectional point of view, it's a little bit, let's call it rustic. But I've been eating there since, because I grew up in the area. I grew up down over in Braceville, right down there. So, I mean, we go and eat there a couple times a week. So.
What, now or when you grew up?
Thing. Oh, no, when I was growing up.
Oh, I was about to say, that place ain't that good, man.
No, yeah, I haven't been there for a while because they're not 24 hours anymore.
Well, I don't even think it's Country Cupboard anymore.
No?
No, I think they named it something else, like Center of the World Restaurant or some bullshit.
I haven't been there since I was, probably since I graduated.
Now, for anybody listening, Center of the World in Leavittsburg, Ohio, or Braceville is actually not the center of the world, just so you know. I wonder how many people, like, who the fuck thought to even put that sign out there? Who the fuck said, let's call this Center of the World, we'll get a bunch of tourists?
I think it was something to do, because I looked it up a long time ago, I think it was something to do with, there was planning on being so much more there. It was supposed to be the center of that area, like an industrial center.
Yeah, what a fucking shithole it turned out to be.
My wife one time asked me, is it really the center of the world? No, honey, no.
I will say all of my Call of Duty days with my buddy, Bob Dylan, actually, all my Call of Duty days with him, we both had the clan tag of COTW for, center of the fucking world.
Yeah, I used to go over to his house when he lived over on 5 there.
His parents still own that same house.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Dang.
What are you currently listening to as far as music?
Oh, my music is eccentric. I like weird fusions of stuff. I like Dan Bull. I don't know if you ever listen to him on YouTube. You should check him out. He does video game raps.
No, I have not. But is that kind of like those like old rap battle parodies or whatever?
He does a few of those. He did a Call of Duty versus or was it Modern Warfare versus one of the other ones?
All right.
I can't remember. But he does a few of those like that. But other ones, they're about the video game. Some of them are kind of hit and miss, but like his Overwatch one is pretty cool. He does some Minecraft ones. They're silly. If you
so it's like an instructional rap about a video game.
Everything. Yeah, he's British. So some of the rhymes and the linguistics of it are feel a bit weird for our vernacular, but
yeah,
pretty good.
I don't know if you've been listening or watch. Well, have you been watching the podcast or the video reactions? Have you seen any of those yet?
Yeah, I've been trying to catch up on what I can, but those are definitely something that I have to watch.
We are actually
podcast I can listen to.
We're actually fucking with a couple British MCs. One of them's actually they're both pretty decent, but one of them's like been on. He actually did the podcast with us last week. Revelo.
Okay, yeah, I'm a week behind on the podcast. I'll have to catch up on that.
So yeah, I mean, at first I didn't like the British rap. I was like, oh, this is so hard to understand. But if you can read it with lyrics and listen to it, then you're all right.
Well, that's my problem. I mean, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack with your audience, but I have trouble doing it sometimes with the rap, just because it melds together, and I don't have the lyrics, and so it.
What do you mean, like the?
Yeah, I mean, I maybe it's because I'm a bit of a completionist. Like, I'll catch like this and that, like especially like with Eminem and his a lot of his cultural stuff, and this I'll catch this bar or that bar, and it's like, oh damn, that was awesome, but I have no idea what he said in between that.
So I'm gonna send you a song. It's Machine Gun Kelly's new song, "Bloody Valentine." Have you fucked with it at all?
No, actually, though my wife has been listening to Machine Gun Kelly, because I had started listening to him a little bit after listening to you, to your podcast.
So what is
that popped up the one time?
What's the first song that you fucked with?
I just started off with the Hotel Diablo album.
Oh yeah, that's a great fucking album too, dude. That's like one of my favorites by him.
Honestly, yeah, that was what started me, like, because my other problem was a lot of it was the hype, the chest pump, the, you know, living this gangster lifestyle. I'm like, I'm a pasty white boy from the country who likes video games. I don't relate to this.
Right.
I listen to some of his stuff, and with a lot of his words, it's like, oh, okay, I got you.
He actually, the song I sent you is called "Bloody Valentine," and it is actually his step into a pop punk album that he's about to put out.
Okay.
So what is your wife's songs? What is she listening to by him?
I just recognized the song. I cannot for the life of me.
Well, that's cool. I don't care. At least everybody knows that I turned on another person on MGK. That's dope.
Absolutely.
But all right. So keep going with the type of music that you fuck with. You said eccentric. You like some British comedian rapper.
Yeah, got stuff like Lindsey Sterling, another YouTuber, does kind of like a.
Does she do a bunch of
EDM,
covers?
Violin. Yeah, she does a lot of covers, and then some of her own stuff. She does the violin.
Nope. I'm thinking of a different. There's one called like Lizzie. Have you ever heard of this girl named Lizzie? She's an American singer-songwriter, but she does a lot of covers too, and they're actually really dope.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Keep going with your list though.
Chase Haldfelder, if I'm pronouncing his name right. He does major to minor covers. If you've ever watched, I think it was I don't remember, one of the seasons of The Deadliest Catch on the show that was on Discovery Channel, and they've got that real sorrowful version of Amazing Grace. That was his. He takes stuff that's a really upbeat, happy song and converts it into a minor key. So like one of my favorites was Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the 80s party rock anthem. If it's the 80s, please don't crucify me on the musical pyre. But, an upbeat, party girl anthem, but you put it to a minor key and it's very haunting and she's ruining her life. And
oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, he does a lot of these major to minors. He does a couple of stuff. He does
what's his name?
Dragons, Believe. Chase Haldfelder, or just search major to minor.
All right.
He does some really cool stuff. He did Imagine Dragons Believe, using only stuff in his kitchen as instruments.
Oh, no shit.
And, oh my God.
700,000 subscribers. Holy fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, have you ever fucked with the Beastie Boys?
No.
No shit.
My
really?
Aunt friggin' loves them. My aunt loves them. But no,
Well, I guess, they were 80s, so it's not like we grew up on them, but...
No, I mean, I know some of their songs and stuff, but...
If you find yourself at home wanting to watch a really good documentary on Apple TV, Spike Jonze just did a Beastie Boys doc. Well, it's like a documentary, but like a stand-up show, too, so it's kind of weird, but it's really fucking dope how it, like... just a story. Their story is pretty fucking crazy.
Apple TV, I think, is the only service that we do not have in this house.
Oh, it's all cool. As long as nobody from Apple is listening, I can give you my login.
I would never accept that. That would be horrible. Text me later.
Right. Yeah. Why?
But I got up on a Curiosity stream, hashtag not a sponsor, and they got some really cool. I've been watching World War II and World War I documentaries recolorized, raw, uncut.
I actually like when they do that shit.
Oh my God, it was powerful because I knew the wars were bad, but like when you actually see them putting these people on their knees and in front of a pit, it's like holy hell. But nah, that's been my thing right now. Is I've been up on documentaries.
Yeah, I mean, we fuck with documentaries pretty hard. We like to fall asleep watching TV, but our problem is that we pick these shows that we're actually interested in, and we just started fucking with because on Hulu they have 2020, and you can go back like way to fuck back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of pretty interesting fucked up stories out there.
Oh yeah, and you get the deeper dives into like these people. It's like, oh yeah, Charles Manson was a horrible person. Oh no, he was friggin' a genius. Like, that is terrifying.
No, yeah.
No, I go to bed with Audible. I got a couple of books that I've trained myself. The second that I start playing The Hobbit, I'm out in 10 minutes.
No shit. I have a
Oh,
book. Yeah. I have a book for you to actually check out. Then, if you fuck with Audible, check out "Where Do I Begin" by Elvis Duran. But actually, like, check that out in your truck, as you're driving, because it's actually a pretty good story.
Okay, that works. Actually, I've been looking for a new series. I think last I checked, 220 books, and I've listened to so many of them. It's not even funny.
I don't want to plug too many other people's podcasts, but you can go with the Brooklyn Boys. You can go with Congratulations with Chris D'Elia, Stuff You Should Know. There's all kinds of badass podcasts out there.
I'll have to check that out.
The Brooklyn Boys is a comedy show about two boys from Brooklyn, and they happen to work for Elvis Duran, so...
Okay. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, no, he got into some hot water recently about the coronavirus testing and stuff, which I thought was bullshit.
Yeah?
See about that?
No.
Yeah. Well, because he was still having guests coming in, and somebody said something about how they were getting tested when they walked in, and people lost their minds because how can he be giving out these tests and there's not enough for everybody else? And it's like,
right.
A, he paid for them out of pocket, and B, they're not FDA approved.
Right.
He's not taking it from anybody, but everybody wants to get angry about something.
So, how often are you, like, not home?
Typically Monday through Saturday. I usually get home, if I can, early-ish Saturday. So Saturdays and Sundays.
No, all right. So you don't have a whole lot of time with the family?
Hmm?
You don't have a whole lot of time with your family?
Yeah, that's one of the downsides about truck driving. It's hard, but I mean, at least I'm not out for months at a time like an OTR driver is.
What do you do when you are home?
Mostly try to figure out what my children are smoking and why they're not sharing. But I mean, do what I can to help out the house, fixing stuff if it needs fixed, helping out with kids, catching up with their homework, because with them being out of school, it's been a pain, and I realize why I'm not a teacher. And I mean, I got to give my wife credit for, dealing with, the kids and stuff. That's something, not dealing with the kids, but raising the kids while I'm out on.
That sounds like those people who are like, oh man, I can't hang out tonight. I got to babysit my kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten people jumping down my throat so much on that I try to watch my language. Like it was just a phrase. Like, that's not the way I meant it. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I do still tell people. They're like, yeah, I got 4 kids at home. I'm like, you got 4 of them? Why do you think I'm in a truck?
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking kids, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard, but it's a life. I mean, it's so hard to find a job that pays what I'm making right now. That
with the epidemic, I don't think right now is a good time to look for a job, to be honest with you.
No. I know a friend of mine. You know probably, but I don't want to put his name out on here. But he lost his job recently, right before this hit, and yeah, he's completely qualified and can go and get a job anywhere. But he sent out up there, but I'm sorry, we're not hiring. And I know a lot of people are worried right now that they might not even have a job to go back to because the workforce is going to be, the demand is going to be so much lower.
Oh, I know. It kind of sucks for the people at work too, though, because it's kind of like your boss is now treating you like, oh, you should be lucky you have a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got people who are making as much, in some cases more, than they were making for being at work. I mean, it's...
We had
depends
this
on which side
conversation
you
last week,
think
actually. You need to catch up on the podcast because Danny got heated about where you're going.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Well, I mean, and she made a good point. Why is it that she's a nurse? No, well, I don't even know why I said nurse. She's at a hospital being a nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is making probably less than what some of these people who have are at the higher end of unemployment and at the, with the 600. Some people could bring home 1,100 a week. Why are they making more than people who are busting their asses?
Yeah. And also you get these people who, and I understand the economy's in an odd place. Nobody wants to be stuck inside, but nobody wants to go back to work for themselves. I want my hairdresser to be open. I want my tattooist to be open. No. You got these people who are already putting themselves on the line for you. It's bad enough. And it's really bad when you see people mistreating everybody. These workers like, oh, well, you should be honored to serve, that I came in here to buy stuff. No, you should be honored that they're here risking themselves and their family so that you can get those Doritos.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a complicated thing. I mean, that's something I imagine we could dive down that rabbit hole and it'd probably get pretty ugly.
Yeah, it could get heated. We try to avoid shit like that, but it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is.
I know there's been talk of, and I haven't had the time to delve into it, but of giving basically what amounts to hazard pay for for essential workers. People who are making low end. So like I definitely wouldn't be touched by it, but people working at the convenience stores and the truck stops and stuff to help, keep some semblance of normalcy, giving them some, money, extra money for, still putting themselves at risk, which if that passes, and again, I haven't had a chance to check on it, whether it's true or not, but something like that would be nice.
No, I think that would be cool. I think you're talking about the Heroes Act is what I'm thinking it's called.
I think so.
I think that would be dope as fuck.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've talked to some of the workers and stuff, and I know, like, a lot of the restaurants, like at the TAs and Petras before they close down, make sure you give them a good tip because they're not making the kind of money they were, and they're getting paid crap wages. That was before a lot of places started going to a guaranteed minimum or something, or just normal minimum wage. But yeah, I mean, it's hard on everybody, and I don't know. But again, that's probably not something we really should get into if we want to end this podcast at a decent time.
Yeah. Shit, I mean, actually, we've been talking for like an hour. I'm actually cool with this conversation where it's at. If you want to, like, say anything else.
Hey, well, like I said, when you told me you wanted to call and have me up on here, I don't do structured too well and planned, so I think we had a decent conversation, went pretty organically, and I appreciate you having me on.
Fuck yeah. Before you go, I need you, actually, I'll just text it to you. I need you to check out a song by 21 Pilots, all right? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
They had just released a song called Level of Concern a couple weeks ago, and it's about the quarantine. I think you'll like it.
Okay. All
right. Yeah, dude, I actually enjoyed this conversation, so we'll have to do it again.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Yep. Hey, you going to be calling me back after I listen to this, or is this the end?
Well, what do you mean after you listen to it?
Well, you said you were going to send me a song. I didn't know if it was going to be part of this podcast. Or if it was just
actually, you know what? I can call you back if you want to give me your input on what you think of the song.
Okay. Plus, also have an interesting today I learned that I think you'll like.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll call you back. Well, actually,
the origins of blowing smoke up someone's ass.
You'll have to text me whenever you're ready for me to call you back. Or you can actually, you can call me. Oh, no, let me call you, because I really like the way that the ring sounds on a podcast, blah, blah, blah. I haven't hit pause yet, so they're going to hear all this, because I really don't edit shit.
Hey, it's, again, organic. It's real.
Yep, yeah. Give me a text. I'll call you back.
All right.
Later. And, wow, that was a fucking dumb noise. Now you can tell, we are going to have him check out Level of Concern by 21 Pilots. And I'm going to call him back, and you guys are going to hear what his thoughts are. Oh, hey, and before I call him back, I actually did send him Bloody Valentine, and that was the first video he watched, and I got a text message from him. And it says, okay, I'm watching Megan Fox's Bondage, LOL. So I figured I would share that with you guys, because I don't know, to me, that is funny. Because I told you my level of concern will walk by like I never heard. Here we go. Ring, ring, ring. See? It sounds so fucking loud, don't it? God damn.
Goddamn yourself.
Dude, I'm looking at the wavelengths for the phone, like the Ring, and it is so loud.
Oof.
All right, so you checked out Bloody Valentine, huh?
Yeah, I was waiting for that text to come in.
What'd you think of Bloody Valentine?
It was a nostalgia trip, like the sound of it,
right?
The feeling of it, and like hardcore 2000.
How old are we again?
God, I don't even want to think.
Man,
it
gave me like Blink 182 or the emo bands type of shit.
I was trying to like oh my God, there's a feeling for this, and I'm trying to remember who it is. Blink 182, Good Charlotte.
Yep. Maybe shit. Who else? Like, God damn it! I had somebody in my mind and I forgot it.
Oh,
whatever.
Who was the Blue something and one of their albums spoiled?
What, Blue October?
Blue October. What? Sorry, it's late.
All right.
Yeah, not Blue October. No, there's just a little bit more. Anyways. But yeah, and then I also listened to I listened to both of them, man.
We'll check. All right, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the MGK one real quick.
Yeah.
So Eminem, a long time ago, he had a music video for a song called "Love the Way You Lie" featuring Rihanna.
Yes.
In that music video was Megan Fox. All right. So some people think that has some sort of tie to why she is in, the Bloody Valentine, because of the beef and whatnot.
Ah.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, or a reach. I don't know.
I mean, it could be one of those things where it's like we need somebody who Megan Fox isn't in mainstream. There's some controversy there from what I understand. So she's not going to be super expensive, but she's hot.
I do. Keeping that in mind, the fact that you said that, I was. Some people were like, "Oh man, he got Megan Fox, such a flex, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Well, it would have been a flex maybe 2012, but not 2020."
No, yeah, that's like pre-heroin Lindsay Lohan flex. Now, not so much.
I will give Megan Fox this: she did age very well. She does not look like, I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't look old.
No. Then again, I'm a horrible judge of that.
Right, yeah, me too. Yeah, whatever. All right, so let's move on to the 21 Pilots, Level of Concern. Have you actually fucked with 21 Pilots prior to now?
A bit. I mean, obviously, some of their more mainstream stuff.
Stressed out probably then.
Yeah.
Now, did you know they're Columbus natives? They're from Ohio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Tyler Joseph is the lead singer / everything but drummer, and Joshua Dunn is the drummer, and they are actually from Columbus. Tyler Joseph, I do believe, had a basketball scholarship for college and decided not to pursue that.
I'd say it worked out for him.
Oh, yeah. So, not really fucking with their catalog. What do you think of the song itself?
I definitely liked the song. I mean, I was really focused on the music video itself, and I can't help it. Do you know if that's actually how they made the music video, as far as like having to try to keep apart, or?
I don't know.
That would be amusing.
I think it's
really, really funny.
Very humorous how especially at the end of it.
Oh, the poor baby in the flashing lights. He did not look happy.
Well, what'd you think about them both going out to the mailbox and looking at each other and just waving
That was funny.
So I don't know that aspect is true, but the concept of the whole neighbors socially distancing is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of whole thing of, you're that close, but you're that far apart kind of thing.
The lyrics really, like, as much as I want to forget about coronavirus, this song I will carry with me because I just like it. Could you be my little quarantine? Like, come on, that shit's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of stuff, because you get a lot of these songs and, especially if the raps love to use cultural, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but, the bars and stuff with
the times, right?
That refer back to, in a creative way. And it's going to be interesting when you start seeing these songs, because right now you get people who they'll drop something about, Martin Luther King. And it's like, historically that means something, but personally, no. But when you start getting, that kind of cultural stuff, it's like, hey, I was there through that.
Right.
That's
interesting. Yeah. Like, being a graduate of 2020 is probably going to be something that you'll have for a long time, because no doubt in my mind, this is going to be a history book lesson. I don't know. I mean, we don't have too many moments in like our life that were like significant enough for the books, other than like 9/11 and now fucking COVID-19
and the market crash and terrorist attacks and
here in the United States.
Well, yeah.
We'll say
on
maybe the
level,
08 market crash we can count too, but that's not. I don't think they really teach. They don't teach stocks and they don't really teach economy in history.
Well, they don't really teach us how to balance checkbooks either. I can put together a bookcase, thank God, but I can't balance a checkbook to save my life. But let's not get into the U.S. education system.
So, did you notice that? Oh wait, never mind. I didn't send. All right. So last night these guys were on Jimmy Fallon, and I should have sent you that video too because it was kind of cool. They from their last album they have a song called Chlorine. Have you ever heard it by chance?
Maybe I'm atrocious with.
All right, so it goes sipping on straight chlorine. If you haven't heard it, it's not a big deal. But there was like a mascot for the music video. His name was Ned, and somehow, obviously, they pre-recorded it. The thing on Jimmy Fallon, they had this little fucking mascot shredding out on the guitar. I thought that was it was cool. I should have sent you that video too. But 21 Pilots, as far as like a band, do you think that you think it's timing or do you think they're talented?
I definitely think they got some talent. I don't know enough about them to know if they're maybe like niche, or if they're that big. I don't.
Well, see, it actually took them a long time.
I mean, I'm gonna check them out some more.
Their sophomore. Wait, no, June. What's the first thing? Or their freshman. Their freshman album. their freshman album did not get any like recognition at all. And it was actually like I want to say maybe 7 months after their second album, which was Blurry Face, before they actually hit the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of
a lot of that also is kind of political, and who they want to bump up and.
Yeah, it's really weird how that works, because, like, even I was talking to somebody, Revelo, on my last podcast. We were talking about that Lizzo, that Truth Hurts song or whatever.
Yeah.
That thing is fucking old as fuck. I think that was, like, 2016, and it took her, like, 3 years before it took off. So, I mean, that's cool.
Was that the one where there's that controversy about plagiarism? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I get so many random news stories. Sometimes they run together. But, that's like, you see 6ix9ine's pissed that he's saying he got shafted.
Yeah, he's saying... So, here's the deal, actually, and this is weird. He might have broken a bunch of records, and he did get a lot of fucking streams. But everybody knows that streams per cell are not equivalent to cells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it? I think 1,200 streams before you get one cell. Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber did this really smart ploy that a lot of people do on Thursday nights if they're going to release something, is they put out signed pre-orders. Them signed pre-orders you're limited to, they have to limit you to 4 customers because Billboard will only count 4 purchases per customer, all right?
Yep.
So them signed pre-orders fucking went off. I mean, they had them up for 24 hours, and they're just, I guarantee they made a fuck ton of money. But that boosted them up. 40 million streams. Here, I'm just going to do some math real quick. 40 million streams, which is divided by 1,200. That only equals 33,000 sales. You know, that's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I can see why he was upset, but I don't really think that they fucking ripped him off.
Nah, I think it's more of the hardcore fan base and the fact that, yeah, I mean, people are willing to go out. Because if you go out and buy 4 copies, it's what? 40-some thousand times you gotta listen to a song.
They only had, it was a single, so you're buying, it was just a single album. Like they put the single on a CD, and that's what they were selling.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're 4 copies. Yeah. Back to the 21 Pilots thing though, because fuck Tekashi, dude. It kind of blows my mind that this dude was able to completely go against everything in the gang life. I don't care what the fucking Instagram videos are. I don't care that he said, "What would you guys do?" They were, why I got to be loyal to them, blah blah blah. That's neither here nor there. I don't talk about that because I'm not in it. But he chose that life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if one of your code of ethics is to not be a snitch, you should probably honor that. What gets me the most is how you're able to snitch, do fucking 4 months, which is nothing, and then somehow be accepted and get a number 2 Billboard Hot 100 song.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I think he broke a YouTube record.
Fuck yeah. Most views in one day.
Yeah.
How the fuck what does that mean? Does that mean that hip-hop does not care? Or does that mean that hip-hop is no longer, what is the word? Excluded to just one fucking type of person? There is, because, no white people give 2 shits that he snitched.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, that we had that same issue with when Eminem tried to move in. The thing is, you got to kind of take the culture of it and the art of it, and there's a lot of crossover, but you got people who are just trying to take just the art without the culture.
Yeah, they're calling that culture vulture or cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fuck Tekashi. I don't agree that he should have. I don't even think he should have. I don't think he should be a trending topic, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The sad part is going to prison probably made his career.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he was pretty well off prior, but now, man, what kind of life? That can't be a life. What kind of life is it where you're fucking spending mad fucking money just to fucking be on a hideout? Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
So back to the 21 Pilots.
Anyhow, back to
They, with that song Level of Concern, they are donating all the proceeds. Not just because there's a lot of artists out there right now like, hey, if you buy my shit, we'll give 10% to blah blah blah, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Give the whole fucking amount. Don't fucking use some blah blah blah, charity for an album sale. Fuck that. But
there's also, you got to be careful with that though, because there's a couple of big YouTubers and stuff that have put out merch and says 100% goes to the charity, and people are giving them shit going, well, yeah, but if they just donated that money directly, then the charity would get more money, and you're just trying to get publicity off this. Like, they weren't going to donate anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just you're never winning.
No matter what, you're going to get somebody pissed off. But no, that is awesome that they're doing that though.
So what 21 Pilots is doing, 100% is going to a charity called Crew Nation. All right, and this is where it's fucking super dope. You know what Crew Nation is, by chance?
No.
All right, so what they're donated, that what they do, the crew that sets up the concerts, the fucking people who make sure the stage is right, who make sure the lighting's right, all that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what they're fucking funding. They're funding those people who were put out of jobs because of coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. The touring industry is fucking dead right now.
Oh yeah.
It's not even. I think all of 2020 is canceled.
Mm-hmm. I know there was talk of for a lot of the sports and stuff doing bubble leagues, I think they called it, where basically they keep the players in perpetual quarantine. They'd go to the field, they'd play, they'd go back to the hotel room, and that would be it. But then they weren't thinking about, because another YouTuber that I watched that does news and stuff, he was talking about it, and like nobody's thinking you need lighting, sound, stage, thousands of people just to put on this bubble league basketball game or something that wouldn't be around their family, and the logistics were insane. Then you went into how many people are behind these big performances. It's not all about, people, you're going there to see whoever's up on stage, but there's so much that goes on behind stage. And yeah, they're out of work. That's amazing that they're doing that.
Yeah, I thought that was super fucking cool. And considering within 1 month that song itself got like 30 million views on, YouTube. I know Danny and I have actually purchased a shirt called just for that song, Level of Concern. But a shirt, just a regular shirt is $35, so $70 there. I don't know what streams per revenue is anymore. I used to try to keep up on that shit, but I imagine they're making money off of all the views too.
Yeah, well, I mean, and a lot of times, and I don't know if this is the case here, but a lot of times if you're doing something like that and everything goes straight to charity, the hosting site will chip in some or, match up to a point a lot of times too. So hopefully that's the point. I don't know if it is with this particular thing or not.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think you should check them out more. I think that was a pretty good, well, I mean, all right, where do we stand? Do you like the song? Would you actually listen to it? Would it turn you on to fucking with their whole catalog? Where are you going?
Oh, absolutely. My problem is I just don't have time to find new artists. So if you go, hey, check this song out, I like it, I'm going to check out the rest of it. I got plenty of time in my truck to listen to music, so absolutely.
All right, yeah, man, I'm free as fuck when it comes to the music. I'm always looking at shit, so I'll definitely start sending you some more links.
Hey, I always welcome it.
All right, man. Yeah, so everybody heard Shawn, he clearly likes Level of Concern, so I think you guys should go and fucking like it too.
Check it out.
All right, man. Anything you want to say before you hop off?
You gotta get the Today I Learned.
Oh shit! Hurry up! Yeah, I forgot all about that. Well, what's it about?
Blowing smoke up people's ass.
All right.
It was literal. In the 1700s, it was actually used as a form of resuscitation. Like on the River Thames, instead of like where we'd have a defibrillator now, they had a device that burned tobacco, and you would literally blow the smoke up people's ass to resuscitate them.
What do you mean, like to help them breathe again?
It was thought to help them. I mean, it did kind of, because the nicotine getting into the small intestine blocked the system. But yeah, it was actually used for quite a few medical procedures, literally blowing smoke up somebody's ass. And a lot of times they were snake oil stuff.
Man, I am so happy that we haven't progressed.
Oh, I know. Oh, you don't want to do leeches.
I can't think. The fact that they believed half of this shit, dude, just the phony medicine, there's so much out there, too.
Oh, yeah, like drilling holes in somebody's head to release the demons because they have, scarlet fever.
I do happen to like the antiques that you can purchase from that shit, because, I mean, it's kind of cool to think about, like, whoa, they put this on somebody hoping that it would cure them of fucking, being a sexophobe or some shit like that.
Oh, there was this show a couple of years back. There's this New York that sells this kind of odd stuff. It was this antique store. I can't remember. I'm going to have to find it for you, and you can check it out. But they sell just the randomest stuff, shrunken heads, weird torture devices from antiquity, like the most creepy and bizarre stuff. I guess it's an actual store in New York that I would love to check out. They have all kinds of stuff like that.
Oh, hey, go ahead and tell Danny what's up before we hop off here so she knows that you talked to her.
Hi, Danny. Nice to meet you finally. Kind of.
Well, we did meet your wife.
Yeah, you guys did when you guys came. You guys using that chair at all?
Fuck yeah, dude. Like Danny loves the fuck out of that.
That's good.
So what we
and she's
did,
always complaining about the other chair.
we had to rearrange rearrange how we did the podcast room. So I have it set up to where if she wants to sit beside me, I'll just unplug one microphone and plug plug the one beside me in. And if she wants to sit back there and be comfortable, then I'll plug, it's just real quick, plug and play.
Yeah.
So more often than not, when we're doing a podcast, she's sitting behind me, staring at my head. And I think she does it because she likes knowing that I can't see if she's even paying attention.
Well, that, and you can hear it in her voice sometimes, her glaring at the back of your head sometimes.
Oh, yeah, dude. Sometimes I feel like she's going to throw the phone.
I can see the glare.
Sometimes I get nervous. I'm like, oh, she's about to fuck me up.
Yeah. If you don't look at her, you can't set her off. That's what I do.
No, I can set her off, dude.
I don't look at her.
She's at work right now, and I can set her off.
We're men. Of course we can.
Yes, sir. All right, bud. I'm about to hop off of here, though.
Absolutely, man. It was good talking to you. I appreciate you having me on. Hello and goodbye to all the audience.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate it, man.
Yep. Talk to you later, man.
Later. 'Cause I told you my level of concern. We have one whole hour of a conversation that I have to try to snip and make it a little smaller, but it looks like we're going to have a long podcast episode. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it or are enjoying it. It really just depends on where I decide to input this throughout the actual podcast. So, who knows? We might have a 3-hour episode.